She's hilarious, pushes the boundaries, and is from Sault Ste. Marie. Comedian Carla Collins returned to her hometown, and we got a chance to catch up with her to chat about her successful career. So you've got stand-up shows, reality TV series, a new book.
Yes.
Did you ever imagine this level of success?
I think I imagined a much higher level of success.
Oh.
I thought I'd have a superpower by now and possibly be prime minister. But this is nice too. This is okay.
It's a good level.
It's a good level, yeah.
And you've been referred to as the Tina Fey of Canada. How does it feel to hear that?
I like that one. I jumped all over that one. I was on that one like a tattoo on an NBA star. Because, you know, you can get some less flattering ones, and I love her, and, you know, she's one of my idols. So, yeah, I'll take that. And I rock the naughty librarian glasses better than you might think.
Oh, that's impressive.
Nice to see you. Thanks for coming out. I'm in such a good mood. I mean, I'm back in the Sioux. The McRib is back. What's not to be happy about?
Okay, so throughout your career, I'm sure you've had a big moment where you've just thought, wow, I've made it. This is where I wanted to be. What was one big wow moment where you sort of took a second and looked around and realized where you were?
That's a great question. I have to say first that I think maybe human nature or just the fact that I have like Macbeth faulty ambition. I've never felt, you know, it's part of my self-loathing, that I always want to go a little further. The book would be a moment, but I did have a moment in Toronto when I was on billboards. I was also on trash cans because I was hosting a radio morning show, and I was really one of the first women to host a major market morning radio station, and they had billboards that said "Wake Up with Carla Collins," and I did look up at one on my street when I was walking the dogs and thought, okay, that's pretty cool, a billboard. I've yet to have an action figure, but I hope that that's imminent. And I saw someone reading my book at gym, and I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
It was upside down, but so he may have just been trying to get my attention. That's also fine. So yeah, that was a big moment too.
And how did you get involved with comedy?
Wow, well, my first TV job was on Canada's Weather Network, and apparently I was a bit of a goof on there, but it's raining in Halifax for the 40th day, and so I was doing a lot of shticks, and my boss suggested I do it, for one thing, and then there was a comedy club owner. He passed a couple of years ago, named Ernie Butler, and it was one of those things where he was sitting at a table near a group of friends of me and said I had to try it. So it took me a year to gather up the courage, and I was kind of in and out like Navy SEAL. I tried comedy, went well, but it's such a tough thing that when I moved into TV and radio, I left it behind and then kind of came back to it.
What's your name, sir? Ernie. How many times in your life have you heard "Where's Bert?" and you never tire of that, right? You're Bert?
And you're a new author as well.
I am.
What were some challenges you found with writing the book? Like now you're putting it into words and not just up there performing. So what challenges did you face with that?
I really loved writing the book. I mean, everything really starts with writing, and my mom's an author. I have a lot of respect for anyone who writes. I loved this. It's very solitary. So one of the challenges is that I was basically, the only thing I did for months was write and, maybe walk the dogs and go to yoga. So I was like a flexible monk. I was like a flexible hermit. And speaking from the heart, like really being honest, because it's a comedic self-help book, sort of a comedic motivational book. So I wrote about some things that, my closest friends didn't know about.
And another thing that's common in your act and that you reference quite often is Sault Ste. Marie.
Yes.
So how was it like for you growing up in the Sioux?
I have to say, and I write about the Sioux in the book, it's in the first chapters, because I write about my mère, my French grandma, and my mom. I had a fantastic childhood, which kept me out of the comedians club for a long time, because you're supposed to have a horrible one, and I have to say, my childhood was really idyllic. It was phenomenal. Things didn't start to fall apart for me like the back end of Saturday Night Live until much later in my life. Fabulous family, big French-Canadian family here. I was doing dance, and that's also where I learned to speak French, of course, was here in the Sioux. So and that went on to be, what my degree is in. So I think it was the base for a lot of things.
To keep up to date with Carla's latest projects, you can visit her website, carlacollins.com, and to purchase her book, Amazon. Reporting for Shaw TV, I'm Jasmyn Pozo.
It'll change your life. It'll change your clothes. Whatever.
Hey, Rob.